It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Highmark Stadium in upstate New York. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. To the air right away is Allen. And incomplete to open things up. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Back him down at the 49. That one good for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the catch train in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Play action. Now it's Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown, Bills. Well, this is where quarterbacks passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for good yardage.
Yeah, and this just a little simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Hines now on the return. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Allen to Diggs there for Buffalo first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. 23 yards to pick up there. And the offense on the first drive. Not just changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6th and higher, but you take the 3, and I think they have to be happy with when they move the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get this to Lazard. Finding space at the 40. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escape under pressure again, and down he goes again. Gregory Rousseau dropping it for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And able to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Singletary again, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd and goal. Allen to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. Touchdown! James Cook from a yard out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bills! Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Pass on for the extra point. And he pushed it right. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Rodgers again now. And Lazard's got it again. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
When a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On first down, they stick with Singletary. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. On second down, it's Jones. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, I think everyone who's watching is certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On first down, Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal. Rodgers with a keeper. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Dillon is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is third and goal. Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Packers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked out by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Slot man moves right. Right back to Singletary on second down. And some room to work. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 14-yard line. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Brought down that time by Quay Walker. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie from 4 yards out. And the Bills up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. The touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception.
Jair Elam makes a pick.
And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.